Hello and welcome to Touchline TV. We've undertaken a bit of a rebrand now. We've changed from a bit of a podcast. We've changed our video format into a bit of short, choppier content, and we felt like the change, and yeah.
All right, so today's video is going to be about looking at every Big Six club and one signing that they could do or they could use really for this January transfer window. So we'll start with Manchester United, Hesham.
Yeah, so with United, I think our main position that we need to sign it is a CDM, and with Ralph Rangnick's 4-2-2-2, I don't think that McTominay and Fed are suitable. So a couple of names who are linked is Zakaria, but from Mönchengladbach. But in my opinion, I think my personal first choice would be Bissouma. Like I've seen links with Declan Rice as well, but I think he's more expensive. I think Bissouma would, like, if we sign him in January, I think he would suit Ralph Rangnick's style of play. He'd suit his vertical Georgian pressing as well.
I actually disagree. I think Zakaria would be better. I think he plays a bit of a similar system in Germany. I reckon Zakaria, suited to him a bit better.
He's more of a ball player as well, Zakaria.
Yeah, Bissouma is one of Brighton's best players, and he is Premier League proven as well. I think him and Van der Beek is two. I think that would be a good.
Zachary is near the end of his contract, so you can get him for
I was going to say
6 million. You can get him
6 million would be great. Yeah.
I mean, Bissouma's like Aston Villa linked with him. I've seen prices.
Yeah, but like Bissouma's way expect like the players that you're mentioning, like Bissouma, Indeed he's also another name that cropped up. But I think Zachary is perfect. He's 6 million. I think that's perfect for United. Yeah, I think he suits the system really well.
Yeah, but I think Bissouma's more like there's less risk because he's proven himself in the Premier League. But then again, Zakaria, he is cheaper. Or if
Zakaria is a top player, I think he'll suit Rangnick more. He's a bit more of a ball player. I think he's got more like progressive passes or something like that among players that you've been linked with. So I think, given the price, given the fact he's a good player at Mönchengladbach, I think it makes more sense than anything else.
Yeah, I personally think we need a right winger who's left-footed who can cut inside. I know we signed Sancho, but he is right-footed. So a personal player who I'd want to sign in the right wing would be Rafinha, because like
I think isn't it basically confirmed that he's going to Bayern or something?
I think though, yeah, because they said he'd go in January, but it's not like confirmed. Like at the moment, he is still in Leeds, and nothing concrete has happened. So he's a player who I'd personally get, but I don't think we are going to sign.
Another link I saw for United is Lamptey, because they have this massive the right backs at United currently aren't to the standard, but I don't think Lamptey will solve that situation either because he can't really defend. He's more of a right wing back. He's lightning quick delivery, but I don't know about him defensively.
Unless we get a manager who wants to play three at the back, but it's kind of embarrassing because we spent 50 million on the right back like 2 years ago, and now he's not even first choice. Now he's overtaken by Dallo, who like a couple months ago.
I'll move on to Tottenham, and being a Spurs fan, I know what the big problem is, and I think it's the right wing back spot. With Conte's system, the wing backs are so important, and Emerson just isn't good enough. So I reckon Adama Traore would make sense in that right wing back spot, bombing forward, lightning quick, get some crosses in, but also just taking people on, causing some problems. We don't really have that at the moment.
Yeah, his concentration is really good. And I think from right wing back, he might be a really good feeder.
Yeah, because when he plays in attack,
apparently Doherty's link would go in the other way, just killing two.
Yeah, so
he's pretty terrible.
Yeah, no, because I mean the Emerson problem with Emerson, he can't really cross. Doesn't really have any. I don't really know what he's all about. But Adama Traore, I know he's going to get the ball. He's going to run with it. He's got strength. He's got pace, and it's someone that will get crosses in for Kane, supply Son, get other players involved. And I think Reguilon on the left-hand side is fine at the moment. I think he's good enough. On the right-hand side with Adama Traore, solves a problem that we've had for quite a while.
I think you could also get Dest from Barcelona because I think Barcelona, they're willing to let him go on a loan. So if you get him on a 6-month loan and he doesn't work out, then maybe you could get Adama Traore at the
I mean,
start.
yeah, if they did manage to get him on 6 months, that's unreal business. But I doubt.
I don't think Dest is that good though, is he?
He's all right. He's
He's
not.
all
He's
right.
like I don't know. I
I don't
haven't
think it'd
watched
be
much.
any. We signed Emerson from Barcelona. Hasn't really worked out. Dest, I
Yeah,
don't.
that's true.
Is he? He's not their first choice, is that?
There's a
I don't think he'd
reason
be that great.
Barcelona want him to go on a 6 month loan. It's not. He won't be some world class right back if
No.
they'd want him to leave. So I don't know.
A 6-month loan it isn't as risky because if he doesn't work out, you can just send him back to Barcelona.
Yeah, but we're not looking for a right back for 6 months. We're looking for a right wing back for a few years. And a 6-month loan isn't going to solve the problem. We're going to go back to Emerson next season.
Because Adama Traore, like, how often does he play as a wing back? Like, is he good defensively?
I think he's got the attributes to do it. And also with the system, the wing backs don't need to be amazing defensively. Someone like we talked about Lamptey earlier, but there's less defensive duties involved than as a wing back. And I think just his strength and his pace will be able to cover. So if ball positioning can make it up with his pace and stuff like that.
He creates chances from nothing really, just with
Yeah.
pace. So yeah. You've also been linked with Lingard. You've been quiet
yeah.
about getting him on a free.
I think if you get him on a free,
So,
that's good business.
yeah,
because he's
he did well at West Ham last season.
Mm.
So yeah.
I mean, if it was up to me, I personally would keep Lingard at United because I think he is one. We don't have many creative players, and I think he is one of
Yeah, but
them. But
look at him. Look at him at West Ham. Look at what
yeah,
he's done since he get back. He's being wasted at United. He should just leave.
Yeah.
I don't see why he keep.
yeah, he for the best of him, he should go to a team like Tottenham or even return to West Ham. But
also, we're looking to sell Bergwijn, or Ajax are looking to try and sign him. So Lingard would be a decent little replacement. I think he's better than Bergwijn. I think his goal scoring wise is a lot better and will be decent backups to Son and Moura.
Club. Let's get into Arsenal. And the player that I've gone with is Jonathan David. He's done quite ever since he's moved to Liverpool. He didn't have the greatest first season, but this season he's really exploded onto the season. He's got 12 goals in 19 games. Is League One, but he's looked really good. So I think he'd be perfect for Arsenal. He's got all the attributes to play well for.
I've heard Vlahovic would possibly sign him, but I mean
Not gonna come
every
cheap,
single
is
club
he?
is every single club is trying to go for him, so it'd be hard. But I think I agree with you. Jonathan David's
They did
the
come
best
forward
choice.
with like a 70 million. Like they're preparing the bid apparently. 70 million. He's good,
I
but
think it's worth it.
70 million.
I think the amount of goals he's scoring at Fiorentina right now is on the levels that we saw with Haaland when he was starting to emerge. I think he's be one of the best strikers in the world in a few years. And Fiorentina's not a great club, really. So to be scoring the way he is at a club that isn't that amazing, I think any team should go and break the bank for him. So I think that would be Arsenal's most ideal signing, most unrealistic probably, but they need to solve that problem, and I think that's the person for it.
Arsenal, they also need some midfielders as well because right now at the moment they don't have many midfielders, and one midfielder who I've seen linked and I think would be a good signing would be Arthur from Juventus. I've heard that Juventus, they are willing to let him go out. So
I've seen Arsenal. Yeah, he hasn't been great at Juve, but he was good at Barcelona when he was there. Yeah. I don't know about Arsenal. Just a loan though. It's not really long term though, is it?
yeah, because like at the moment most of the midfielders they're unavailable. So if it's on the loan, he can cover for them in the next.
Yeah.
We can swiftly move on to Chelsea, I guess. I think, in my opinion, Koundé is probably the best signing, obviously, because Rudiger's staying, I heard, but Christensen's probably leaving. And we got Thiago Silva. I mean, he signed his contract, but he could be leaving
long
soon
time.
in a
Yeah,
couple of years.
it's just like a year. Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to
With
sign those.
Rudiger and Christensen, it's not like set out. We don't know if they're going to stay. It looks like it'll be quite a while till we agree anything set in stone. So yeah, I think they looks perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, he's quite a quality like defender. I think I've seen a couple of his games. Honestly, I've only seen a couple of his games, but he's. I mean, he looks good. I guess he's a quality player. That's the defender that we need. That can help probably Rudiger. Um,
Yeah, I
and
think out of
yeah,
the
I think
players that we're looking to on our shortlist, I think he's the best option there, and he looks like he wants to join the club. It's just if we can get everything sorted with Sevilla, because
yeah,
we did suffer. We didn't really we didn't really get through the negotiations in the summer. Hopefully, we can sign him. We're looking at Sula as well on a free, but I don't think he's as good. I don't think he'd be as good in a back five as well.
I heard Tuchel wanted Dembele as well. I mean, I don't know how like true that is, but
We
I don't
don't
know.
need more injury-prone, inconsistent
That's
wingers, though,
exactly what I
do
was
we?
gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
got
exactly what.
Pulisic basically doing the same thing.
Yeah,
So we need consistent players. And I don't know if Dembele offers that. Of course,
yeah.
he's a good player with talent, but doesn't really mean anything. He can't really have a run of games without being injured. So I don't know if he'll be the best signing.
I think you'll also need fullbacks as well, because especially I know right now Ben Chilwell and Reece James they will be back eventually, but with Ben Chilwell especially because he's had an ACL tear, there is a chance that when he returns, it might take him a while to get going. And he might not be as good, so maybe a potential left back you could sign is Theo Hernandez from AC Milan.
Bit far-fetched. I don't know if AC Milan. I don't think he would come to Chelsea just to play backup
Yeah,
to
that is true.
Chilwell, to be honest.
I heard Emerson got rejected as well.
Yeah,
An offer, I think.
I think that's a smarter option. We're also looking at he's like a emergency option, a bit Kennedy from he's been on like
Oh
18
my.
loans. I don't know why we're looking at him on loan. He's pretty terrible. Yeah, but that's another option that we're looking at, I guess. But I think people are mentioning, oh, we need a left wing back so bad, but like we have Alonso, like
True.
whereas right wing back, when Reece James get injured, who can play there really? Like we've got Azpilicueta, who's quite old.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, but like, is it really worth? Like, he can't defend. Like, he's. I don't think he
Yeah,
suits
he's more of a. Yeah,
that right wing back. Like, I think we need an actual like right wing back to play as a depth option there instead of looking for a left wing back. When Chilwell will be back, he won't be as good. Obviously, it's an ACL injury, but we got Lonzo there for cover. Whereas when Reece James gets injured, who do we have to play right wing back? We don't have one like natural player that can like that's like a out and out that can play there. Apart from maybe Azpilicueta. Yeah.
I
yeah.
do think you lot have a buyback clause for Livermento, so maybe next year you lot can trigger that and he could be a good backup for Reece James.
Yeah, Liverpool mental be good, about 20 million. I don't know if he'd come back because did leave to play. He wanted to play as like a first choice player. So I don't know if
Yeah,
he'd come back to play.
Because you don't really have any other right wing back, so maybe him and Reece James can provide good competition for each other.
Yeah, true.
And Reece James, I think if you lot have like no defender like centre backs, he can also play as a right centre back, and then Livermento as a right wing back if you need to.
Yeah, we can do that. We've also like the same players that Spurs have we've been linked with the Dharma, but that's just like I think that's just speculation. I don't think there's anything concrete there. We've also been linked with Dest, but that's fading out as well.
yeah.
Yeah. We were looking at Digne, but he's gone to Villa now.
Yeah.
Move quick enough. But yeah. Now we've got Liverpool. I think this one I struggled with. I don't know who to do really because, like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, realistically, they don't really splash big money out on players. But
yeah.
I think one player that they've been linked with, and they don't really have depth in that situation, in that position because Shaqiri left. They don't really have a right winger that can play there. Dybala looks like he could be on his way there. I don't know.
I was thinking about Bellingham. I was thinking about Bellingham because you've got like aging midfielders like
Yeah, that is true.
Milner and stuff.
Henderson as well.
Milner,
re-
Thiago, Hendo.
Is that realistic though?
It's not the most realistic,
not-
but
I'm
out
not-
of all the clubs that are looking from Liverpool, the only ones that have put like made a contact with
Because for
Bellingham.
me, right now you've got AFCON. You know, you've got
Mhm.
Salah Mane out,
Yeah,
and when they're not there, who have you got? You've got what, Minamino. It's not amazing
Origi.
backup. Origi. It's
And
not
Yeah,
that good.
yeah,
It's not gonna win you games. So I
that's
was
always been a
thinking,
problem with.
yeah. So I was
They
thinking,
have
get a
a
winger.
world class starting 11, but then their depth always lets them down.
Yeah. So I was thinking, Luis Diaz from Porto,
Yeah,
the Colombian, because he's quite good. He's been quite good, young. Well, not young, but he's 25. But I think he'd be very good as backup, provide a little bit of competition, and allows
looked
Klopp to
really good
rotate a
at
little bit more. Yeah,
looked really good at Porto, so
he's a very
he
good
might.
player.
Yeah, he is very good. And Mane's not been at top form, maybe because
No,
there's a lack
exactly.
of competition, and that might be the kick that
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
needs to get performing at level. So
I
but
also
he,
think, yeah, I also think one of Liverpool's top priorities is they need to get Salah's contract extended ASAP because it runs until 2023.
I do reckon they will sign it. I don't see Salah leaving,
yeah,
to be honest.
yeah,
It's
He
highly
is demanding like 400k a week, but I think given the form he is, I think he's one of the few players who deserves that.
yeah,
pay.
I do think he can offer that. Not okay. I do think 400k is big. I do think he has the right class to be the highest paid at Liverpool. He's really good. He's been really good at Liverpool. So yeah.
yeah,
And finally, Manchester City. I think I think we can all agree that there's only really one player. Like they've got a really good squad. Like even with the squad they have right now, they're like 11 points clear.
yeah.
But
yeah,
the player that would complete it, make them unstoppable, is a striker. And the best out there right now is probably Erling Haaland. This
Yeah.
summer, his release clause comes into effect, 70 million.
Which is a
Not
bargain, really, for Erling
a
Haaland.
real bargain, 70 million.
yeah,
And Nicolas Pepe is getting bought for 72 million, and Kepa's being bought for nearly 80 million. Getting
yeah.
Haaland for 70 in today's market is mad. If they do manage to get him, there are a lot of clubs, and he said he would prefer to play in Spain, for Real Madrid or Barcelona. They have that pool, but if Man City do manage to get him, I don't see any team in Europe stopping him, to be honest.
Yeah,
Maybe they could try go for Harry Kane again. I know they did it last year, but this year Haaland should be the first choice. But maybe
yeah.
it's worth having another bid for Harry Kane
Well, Harry Kane,
because he's
he'll,
got
well,
one.
he'll be
He's got 1
what?
year less in his contract. Like
But is it worth it? 28,
28
he'll be
year old
29 in the summer.
who's probably not as good as Erling Haaland. He's
Yeah,
going to be way more
right now.
expensive.
that's
And
like
Yeah.
I reckon Erling Haaland
Kane,
will
wait, did you
suit
say
Pep's
Kane as a
system.
backup?
no, if you don't sign Haaland, then maybe try.
Okay, there's a backup
Oh,
target.
Oh, right, okay.
I was gonna
maybe,
say,
maybe.
yeah, he's 29. He's not been at the. He's got, he's of course he's got the ability. He's not been at the greatest, his greatest form recently this season. But I still think if they do manage to get him as a backup, he'd be a solid. mm, If they don't get Haaland, it'd be a decent option. But I think they should go full on for Haaland in the summer because who else do they really need? Their defense and their
Yeah.
midfielders and their wingers. It's just like they have everything in every position. All they
He's,
really need
he's,
is
he's just the
strike.
missing puzzle to the piece. I
Yeah.
guess.
Thank you for watching. Please smash the like button. Subscribe down. Check our socials in the description below and share with people you know.